First was dropped at Oosterbeek, and the British were dropped the furthest bridge away. There were 6 bridges, and we had to take all 6 bridges.
And then they were to blow up these bridges?
No, we were to keep the bridges open so that they would lead us into Germany.
All right.
That was the pathway for the tanks to get into Germany.
And where were the tanks, how far away were the Allied lines to get there?
Well,
again,
supposedly they were supposed to reach us in 3 days.
And these were British?
British,
British
and
they
Canadian.
were coming up through Belgium and Holland. That was their sector.
This was a catastrophe out of sorts for every unit that was in Holland.
Right. And I'm not an armchair strategist at all. Was it a snafu, or just so much German resistance, or just...
The German resistance was fierce where the British were. We had taken our areas because the disruption of what we did was no problem.
You held the bridges?
We held the bridges.
You held the bridges.
The whole problem was they picked out a road, one road.
Who's they?
Montgomery.
Okay. Oh, the commanders.
The commanders picked out this operation this way, and they came up through the fields that were all flooded.
Now, who's they again that came up through the fields?
The tanks that were supposed to relieve us.
Oh, okay.
The British tanks and the Canadian tanks.
Right.
And they stopped for tea at 10 o'clock in the morning. They stopped for tea at 4 o'clock.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Did they really? Yeah. I mean,
yeah. You could see the tanks.
You could see the tanks?
You could see the tanks 10 miles away. There was no buildings in front of you. It took them 6 days to get to us because the Germans started to shoot 88s at them, and they couldn't get off the road. So if they knocked out 2 tanks, the road was blocked. So they had to get a tank mover up there. And how did they get a tank mover up there on one road?
So very, very, very poor planning.
It was a catastrophe.
So then there you are with everybody else, and you people are kind of pinned down. You are pinned down.
We are pinned down, but we're fighting our way.
You're trying to get to the Allied lines now?
No, we're staying there to hold this because we're supposed to hold this bridge open, and all the bridges in a line are supposed to be held open so that it'll lead us into Germany.
Right. And the Germans are not fools, and they realize this, obviously.
That's right.
You know.
They were sending everything up that they had that could shoot.
To take those bridges.
That's right. That was the bad part of it.
So what came out of this bomb?
A complete waste.
That's you know.
A complete waste.
Did the tanks ever arrive?
Yeah. 6 days late.
6 days late. And
the British Airborne Division was wiped out.
Yeah,
the Polish Airborne Brigade was wiped out. I guess, well, we didn't lose so much in dead as we did in wounded and PWs.
Oh, and
PWs.
Yeah.
And the 101st, I imagine, had the same thing.
Now, so finally they're there and so on. When were you pulled out of the line?
We were pulled back out of the lines, and we were sent back into France the first week in October. And all of a sudden, we were out on a parade ground, and they moved us out on a parade ground one day by 4 o'clock in the morning, and they reviewed us, gave out decorations. At that time, they gave out 2 or 3 Congressional Medal of Honors to my division. God knows how many Distinguished Service Crosses and Silver Stars, and all the Purple Hearts and everything else. And that's when General Gavin told us that we were going into southern France, that we were being chosen to go back home for a 30-day furlough, because to that point we almost had more time in the front lines than any other American division. And we were going to go to the South Pacific.
And what happened?
Well, we were in southern France,
getting ready to
getting ready.
To
no
leave the
equipment.
European.
No equipment, no nothing. I guess they were gathering the boats for us or whatever. And all of a sudden we're into December, and the German breakthrough.
1944.
Yeah, and the German breakthrough started in Belgium.
The Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, von Rundstedt.